Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. Glad you guys are with me. I hope you enjoy what we do. I really do. And, you know, here's the thing I do. When I do this radio show, I'm really entertaining myself, and I hope that you are entertained. I'm telling you, when I put the show together, I ask myself, what is the real angle here? What's the thing that we should be thinking about? Like I'm thinking about this movie, Black Panther. And all the orchestration, they got to make it bigger than life. It's become black, the blackness. It isn't about the animal that exists as a Black Panther. That animal has to be personified as an African-American panther, right? It's a Marvel freaking comic. But no, they got to make it bigger than that. Black Hollywood people, we're going to buy out the theater so everybody gets to see it. That's not why they're doing it. They want it to be the biggest thing ever so it can appear that there's some, call out for blackness. And here's what I do like about it. It's an empowering film. That's a good thing. I might have gone to see it just for that reason. But I won't see something that somebody tells me. I want to drive you to it for all the wrong reasons. I love the Marvel comics. Luke Cage is a Black Marvel hero. Check out that series. Actor, I've never seen the guy, but he does a great job in the film. It's mostly a black cast. It is a really good film or series, whatever TV series that's on Netflix. That's why I watched it. I thought it was great. I'm waiting for the next season. But they didn't make it. Yes, they did some overly black stuff. Don't misunderstand me. They had to make it about, they went back into the history of some people and all that. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. White folks can do that in their movies. I just look at it as this isn't black history. It's American history. But they get a little over the top. But it's okay. The series is still good. And it's black people that are, what's funny about it is it's a bunch of crooked black people doing exactly what the Congressional Black Circus does, and that's the reason you need this guy, Luke Cage, because he's stopping these corrupt black politicians from running over the city, running over Harlem or wherever else. But I just find it so strange. And the messages that the left continue to want to, push out on us. These shootings are a great example. They show you things. It shows you the chasm between us and them. See, this movie Black Panther should just be a movie that you go, man, I love Marvel films. I love the superhero genre, whether it's, Iron Man or Spider-Man or Superman or the Justice League or what's the other one with the Puerto Rican thing, Captain America, whatever. I should just want to see it. But they show us the chasm. They got to divide us in a movie. And they want to glorify everything. This school shooting, I'm telling you, folks, look, we're all one people. But leftism is brutal. Pay attention. It's brutally wrong. See, leftism doesn't solve any problems. Leftism is not introspective of itself. It doesn't look to improve. It has no process that says, circle back and see if whatever you've learned is something that you need to keep as a lesson so you get better. It's like, taking your kid to the batting cage. If you're a leftist, the day one is as good as it gets. That kid is going to be swinging. She is never going to learn to look at the ball until it hits the bat. And it doesn't matter how fast the pitch is, they're going to get their 1 out of 10 and they're going to throw tantrums because they're not getting any better. They're never going to improve. You take your kid to the batting cage and you're watching and you're telling them and you're encouraging and you're explaining what they're doing wrong. And as they go, they get better. That's how conservatism works. Leftists, you could take them to the driving range every time. It's like starting over every day. It's Groundhog Day every single day. Yeah, it solves no problems. Now, aren't you mad? Let me tell you why. You should be mad because this shooting that occurred last week has been hyped beyond belief. It's as if we've never had one of these that happened before. It's as if the left forget all their sensibilities and it's all about the gun. But here's what's true about every shooter practically known to man. Number one, it is not a Republican. Number two, the shooter is not somebody who practices the religion of conservatism, but the religion of Christianity, and it's not going to be a Jew. Number three, No shooter has been an NRA member. Number 4, the FBI probably failed. Don't even get me started, because I already told you guys, the left wants us to glorify, to deify the FBI. They're a great organization, man. The FBI, on multiple occasions, you know it and I know it, have been told, look, here's something wrong here. If you see something, say something, right, Janet? So we've been seeing something, saying something. You know what these clowns do? They do nothing. But they want us to respect them. Respect them. Because why? They got FBI, Efren Zimbalist Jr. Didn't you watch the show Kevin Jackson? Yeah, I did. There was a time when I believed in the FBI, and it makes me wonder if I was even right to believe in them back then. But I did watch Mississippi Burning, and they did stop the white people, finally, them Democrats, from hanging black folks. So I'll give them credit for that. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't have the level of I don't canonize the FBI the way some people do, because I found them to be incompetent. And worse than that, once this shooting occurred, and everybody felt sorry. Initially, the focus was on the gun. Then we heard that the shooter, a guy named Nicholas Cruz, was disturbed, and suddenly the media got punked, and multiple outlets said that Nicholas Cruz was a white supremacist. And I remember I said immediately, there is no way this dude is a white supremacist. I started tweeting and said, that is absolute nonsense. I forget, I said some funny tweets. I should get them. Maybe you can pull them up real quick. Anyway, so I'm tweeting. It is ridiculous. The only thing that Nicholas Cruz was, if we can be guaranteed he was a leftist, a product of leftism. Put into schools, indoctrinated throughout. Didn't learn how to behave, never knew how to interact with kids, because for whatever reason, probably because he learned the way of the left. And so then they kick him out. They take his trophy away. He comes back mad and shoots people up. Let me tell you this. If he's a white supremacist, he sucks at it. He killed 17 or whatever number of people, and the majority of them were white. If he was a really good white supremacist, the first thing that sucker should have done is headed over to the black side of town and shot up a black school. Why? Was he afraid? You better believe he was afraid, because likely some black kid was packing in the school. And he'd have rattled off 3 shots. One guy said, I heard 3 shots, pop, pop, pop. And after that, you would have heard a 4th and a 5th and a 6th going back at him, pop, pop, pop. And he would have probably been dead. He knew not to go over there and mess with the Negroes. Anyway, Piers Morgan said this: breaking, Florida shooter terrorist Nicholas Cruz was a white supremacist. Can you even imagine how fast laws would be changed if he'd been a Muslim shooter terrorist? Hey, Piers, in case you didn't know, he wasn't a white supremacist shooter. Ben Shapiro retweeted back to Piers Morgan. Yes, I remember how those laws drastically changed after Omar Mateen murdered 49 people at a gay nightclub, and Syed Farouk and Tashfeen Malik murdered 14 at a community center. Yeah. See, what's funny, these leftists don't even think about what they say. They just spout off. If Muslims had done it, they would be changing the laws. Muslims have done it. They've done it over and over. They've done it worldwide. And the only laws we want to change is we want to know who's coming into this country. And again, if you see something, say something. Because I'm going to tell you something. I ain't politically correct. I will tell you, yeah, there's a Muslim dude that lives over here. He does this, blah, blah, blah. Here's his name. Here's what he looks like. I've been casing the joint. Got my video camera out there. Blah, blah, whatever. I'm raising pigs now. I'll get over it. You don't even try it with me. Anyway, this guy, Peter Sweden, I follow him because he talks a lot about what's happening in Sweden. And he says, so it turns out the Florida shooter was not a white supremacist, as the mainstream media reported. The media fell for a 4chan troll and published it as fact, despite being completely unverified. In their hysteria, the MSM have gone to a new low. No, they haven't. This is not a new low. It's the same low. This is a bargain basement. Here's some interesting things. Cruz, spelled C-R-U-Z, not cruise as if you were white privilege taking a vacation, not that kind of cruise. And the media jumps on the story of a white supremacist shooting up a school that's got a Mexican surname. And as I said earlier, who did he shoot? Almost all white kids. Was his aim off? No. He shot exactly who he wanted. He shot the kids who'd been teasing him, or the administrative staff, or the people that kicked him out, or I don't know, people that just misunderstood him. But a white supremacist doesn't go to his little lily white school and shoot up a bunch of lily white kids. That's not what he does. And they knew that. They want to propagate this stupid narrative. They want to propagate the narrative that the gun jumped up and said, "Hey, fool, get up. We got to go to work." Oh, shoot. I'm sorry, Mr. Gun. Let me get you and go shoot a bunch of people, dozens of people, killing and wounding them. This is the craziness we face every day, folks, from leftism. You want to let them win? I ain't letting these clowns win. As a matter of principle, they will not win. Not with me.
Kevin Jackson
on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177, or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.